everyone, I hope you all are fine. In the previous videos we have started chapter number 1, that is Introduction to Chemistry, and in that videos we have discussed about the meaning, importance and some historical perspectives of chemistry, then some scientists. So today in this video we are going to start our next topic, that is on page number 13 of your book. The topic is application of chemistry in our day-to-day life. So what is the meaning of this topic? Means where the chemistry is applied in our day-to-day life, we will see. Okay, so first one is food, where the chemistry is applied in food. So food that we eat, it contains carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins and minerals, and all these are the part of chemistry. So we can say that chemistry is applied in our food also. Okay, so firstly we will discuss about the carbohydrates. So carbohydrates, mainly there are the two carbohydrates that are used. First one is the starch and the second one is the sugar. So what are the starch? Starch is a type of carbohydrate. It is a white colored powder and it is present in peas, corns, potatoes, beans, pasta, rice and grains. So starch is a white colored powder and present in this type of food. And sugar, you know very well that it is a sweet tasting and it is a soluble carbohydrates. So these are the two carbohydrates. First one is the starch and the second one is the sugar. So next one is fats. What are the fats? Fats are also called the lipids. So we can say that the another name of fats is lipids. So fats are composed of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. This means fats are the combination of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen. These three elements combine and then they will form a fat. Then we will talk about the proteins. What are the proteins? Proteins are the chemical amines. But what are the chemical amines? Chemical amines are the those chemicals that containing nitrogen group. So these are the chemical amines and found in bodybuilding foods. What are the bodybuilding foods that builds our body? Like milk, eggs, cheese, almonds, meat. These are the bodybuilding foods that build our body. Next one is vitamins. What are the vitamins? These are the complex organic compounds. And what is the function of this vitamin? The function of vitamins is it resists the growth of harmful microorganisms in our body. So resist, but what is resist? Resist means stop, means vitamins stop the growth of harmful microorganisms that harms our body. So it resists that growth of harmful microorganisms. So next one is minerals. Minerals are the elements or the chemical compounds. These are formed as a result of geological processes. And what are the geological processes? The processes that are deals with the earth, that are called the geological processes. So minerals are formed when the rocks are heated, then the atoms of different elements can move around and when they join they will form a molecule and these are called the minerals. So our next topic is food preservation. But what is preservation? Preservation means maintaining or protecting something. When we maintain and protect something, that is called the preservation. So the process of treating and handling food to stop or slow down food spoilage, means we protect the food so that we stop or slow down its spoilage, deterioration of quality. What is deterioration? means break down or spoil, or we can also say that weakening the quality of the food. We can stop and slow down that, okay. And maintain its edibility or nutritive value. But edibility means something that is fit to be eaten, okay. So we maintain its edibility or nutritive value, thus allowing for longer storage. So food preservation means we stop the spoilage of the food and we can store that food for long use, okay. So next one is principle. On which principle it is based? It is based on the principle that delaying the self decomposition of food and killing the microorganisms, means it can delay the decomposition of the food, that is by itself, and killing microorganism, okay. So next we will see the preservation of food can maintain taste of the food, flavor of the food, and also prevent the growth of microorganisms that are harmful for us, okay. So it maintains the three things. First one is the taste, second one is the flavor, and third one is it prevents the growth of the microorganisms. So we can see that firstly we can see the older methods of the food preservation. So these are the older methods. First one is the sun drying, then salting, smoking, fermentation, keeping them in sugar syrup. These are the methods, these are the older methods that are used for the food preservation. Now we will see the modern methods that are used for the food preservation. First one is the canning. What do you mean by canning? When we preserve the food in a can, then that is called the canning, okay. Next one is the pasteurization. Pasteurization is a technique in which we heat the food so that we kill the bacteria that is present in the food that is harmful for us, okay. So canning means preserve food in a can, and pasteurization means heating the food to kill the bacteria. Next one is freezing. We can also store the food in refrigerator, okay. So next technique is adding chemical preservatives. We can also add some chemicals. What are those chemicals? Like benzoic acid and sodium benzoate. These are the chemicals that preserve fruits and vegetables. So you can learn these chemical preservatives. Benzoic acid and sodium benzoate, these two preservatives store the, or you can say that it can preserve the fruits and vegetables. Then pectin powder, these preserve the jams and jellies. Then vinegar or glacial acetic acid, these preserves sauces and pickles, okay.